I've got a friend in you. I know you are the You are my confidence. You are my closest friend. You are my. Hello viewers, you're welcome to your interesting program Timmy and You. Today we have a very interesting topic, and that topic is about you and how you spend your money. What are we talking about? We're talking about family and finance. And with me today is the man who has been able to deal well with this same topic. No other person but Pastor James Adebisi Adeyemi. He's a business tycoon, and when it comes to finance, you don't need any other person to tackle it but Pastor James. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much, madam.
We're talking about family and finance. Family, finance. Looks like two different things, but really they're interwoven. And we're talking about how does the family handle finance? Who handles the finance? Who is qualified when it comes to saving?
When we're talking about family and finance, and we want to know who should be in charge or who should be saving, it is the family. That is the husband and the wife together. More so, if the source of the income to the family comes from the man and the wife, both of them have the responsibility of jointly sitting down, making a decision to save, and also sit down jointly to monitor and to manage their savings.
If the finance is coming from both parties, but what if the finance is coming from just one of the two? How do we save as a family?
I think the issue of savings is not how many sources does money come into the family. Whether it comes from one, or it comes from two, or it comes from even much more than that.
Okay.
The important thing is that saving is essential. And in as much as the husband and the wife in a family setting have pledged their lives together, whatever comes into that family belongs to the two of them, and then to the children that comes in that family subsequently. So the issue of whether it is necessary or not does not arise because the money comes from one source. Whatever the number of sources, it is essential for the family to save.
Thank you very much. So why do we need to save?
We need to save because of the fact that there are very many things we don't plan for in life that comes up. And for us to be able to meet some of these things in the future, we need to be able to set aside some of the things of the money that we make today so that we'll be able to meet some of these expenses in the future.
In the future. But right now, let's assume you have somebody who is very little. I mean, in a home where the father earns like 10,000 and the wife does not have a job and they have kids to take care of. How realistic is it to save?
I think in all circumstances, it is realistic to save. It is not the amount of money that you earn, but that comes to the hand of the family that should determine whether a family should save or a family should not save. But that saving should be an essential part of life for every single family.
Yes, essential part of life. But then, I mean, I'm earning something so small that probably not even enough to feed my family. And here you are saying I should save from that small amount. So, if we save and we don't have enough to eat, Aren't you going to stop that saving? Aren't you going to grow it all up because you don't have enough?
You see, ask somebody who earns 3 times or 5 times what you are talking about.
Okay.
And they will tell you they don't have enough. Ask somebody who earns 100 times what you are talking about. They will tell you also they don't have enough. What is enough? Nobody ever makes enough. And I believe in our not making enough, we need to save. We should not come up with an excuse not to save simply because we are saying that what we are earning is not enough.
Well, sir, looking at the economic situation in the country and talking about saving, still going back to the realism of it. How realistic is that?
The nation is not the basis for which a family should save.
Okay.
We're not talking about a family nation saving. We're talking about a family saving. And when would you know what time precisely can you put your finger that the nation is going to get better, and then you begin to save? If you ever word of this kind of reasoning, you will never save as a family. I believe whether the economy is buoyant or the economy is not buoyant should not be the reason why a family saves. It is essential. It is like a lifeline for every single family.
Well, sir, you said there is no, we can determine what happened in the nation, with what happened in the home. But the home actually makes the nation. So if we're talking about economic situation in the country, it does affect the home. So I think it probably should affect our savings or our income, because our income will be affected generally. Somebody who is earning 10,000 before that, 10,000 is okay to eat and drink and do all that, and then he's probably even earning 15,000, and the 15,000 is okay to eat.
Even the country saves.
Okay.
Talk less of individual families. Even when country is not buoyant, the economy is not very good. Despite that, a good minister of finance still knows that the nation is to serve. So what excuse will an individual families then have to say that because the economy of the country is not good, then we are not going to serve? When even the country that you are referring to as not buoyant is serving. So I believe there should not be any excuse that anyone should give not to serve.
Okay, thank you. We're still talking about saving. When we talk about saving, are we limiting saving to our salary? And if there are gifts and other, percentages that comes into the family, we can actually do those ones and just strictly stick to savings from the family income.
I think what we save should be determined by individual families. Not very many families have people giving them money.
Okay.
But I want to say that a family should make a decision as to how much we should save every single month. Whether it is coming from what people give you, or come from the business you do, or from the salary that you earn. What is essential is that you are able to sit down to save an X amount of money you are going to put aside every single month.
Talking about that, what is the reasonable percentage of the income that one can save?
I think a reasonable percentage would vary from family to family.
All right.
I believe that some individuals cannot bear much in terms of discipline of their lifestyle. Some can, because they understand very much that savings form the basis of a better life for tomorrow. And so some will stretch themselves to say we will save a lot more than some other families will be prepared to save. But I would like to recommend that our individual families should try to save at least a quarter of what comes into our hands, which is 25% of what we earn on a monthly basis.
So after saving 25%, that the calculation is right, will leave 75% for whatever needs that we have in the home. What happens if along the line there is a need? Can we touch that saving?
Savings is embarked upon principally to be able to meet some specific needs in the family in the future. And if such needs arises in the future, yes, the family can touch the savings. But the family must not at any given point in time finish up whatever thing they have taken years or months to save just overnight.
Just overnight. If there's a major expenditure that will take everything overnight, what do we do against them?
Don't let us make a mountain out of a molehill. What if you did not save? What if what you need is not up to what that situation is presented? Let us be realistic. You can't manage every single situation as you want to manage it.
Thank you, sir. We're looking at saving. Saving for the family. Saving for the individual. And that's what we're talking about today. Family and finance. How do you want to manage your finance? Or how are you managing your finance as a family? We'll be back. We just go to the brief to listen to viewers and see what they have to say about this topic. Don't forget to join me again on Temi and You on Facebook. At the same time, just try and follow us on Twitter. You can also write to us on my email address, or you can actually send a text. Anytime, any day, we'll try and answer every question that you have. Like I also said, we're having a program which is going to be live. That means that we're having a live recording where we're going to have audio. If you want to see a part of it, just send your text to the number on the screen, or you send a message to Temi and You. I'll be able to respond to that. Thank you.
Got a friend in you, I know you are so.
Very essential for the family. Saving is what you fall back to when there's problem. So the best thing a man can do for himself or for the family is to have.
At Abishan, we believe that everyone has a talent. It may be hidden, and we try to get that talent out by teaching different vocations. That's how we say Abishan Vocational Center. We have vocations such as hairdressing, we have business and jewelry making, we have baking and catering, we also deal with ajure and batik. At the same time, we have knitting, which is, people say, an old-fashioned thing, but we're bringing knitting again, just for people to know we can knit. We also have decoration and so many other things that can then. We have 2 weeks program for students who are on holiday. We also have 6 months program. We have 1 year program, we have 1.5 years program, we have 2 years program. Everything depends on you, how much time you want to give into this program. We have tutors that are very good in each area of specialty. Also have motivational speakers that come in occasionally to actually talk to the students. And in other words, we teach you and we give you the best in the field that you've chosen. Not only that, we have a special discount for the first 100 students that we have in here. It can be a housewife,
It can be somebody that has a mental disability. It can also be some school dropout. It can be children who have finished their school test or who are just dropping out of school and they just want to learn something new. So be one of the first 100.
So, Penny and you, remember we're talking about a very interesting topic, family and finance. And I have to say, Pastor James, I didn't see again. Pastor, you're welcome again to this program.
Thank you very much, madam.
We're talking about finance. I'm talking about savings basically. Is saving a lifetime?
Not that family should come to the end of savings, but they can slow down in it. But I believe that it's something that should be embarked upon for a reasonable length of time.
A reasonable length of time. We're talking about that length of time. Let's take a scenario of a couple that work till they're 60, 65, and they are now retired. They have a saving. And they continue saving. If they have to continue saving, how do they save? Knowing fully well that maybe just the children sending bits and bits. Are they going to be saving from that? Or what will you advise them to do?
Whatever source of income that they have, even at that age, they can still save from it. I believe very strongly, if they have made saving a part of their life, at such an age, such a couple should have a reasonable sum of money in the bank that should be generating them interest. And from the interest, they can also be saving. Children give them money. They may have investment in various kind of enterprises that will be bringing them money. Not that they are actively working or they are in salary coming, but there is maybe some form of money coming from their investments.
You talk about investments now. Is investment part of saving?
Of course, investment is part of savings. Any money that you defer in terms of, spending, is a form of saving. Investment is a form of savings. If you put money on an investment that will be yielding you returns maybe in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or for the rest of your life, that's a form of savings.
Okay. But some people, when you talk about saving and you put money in the bank, it's like you are enriching the bank, not really your pocket. Knowing fully well that these days, when you talk about interest on your money, it's so small that you can't even reckon with it. So instead of putting money in the bank, should I now invest my money into something else? Or should I put my money in the house and say, grab me under the bed, or in the cupboard, somewhere?
I think the question amuses you yourself. Should you keep money on a regular basis under your mattress?
Because of our parents and grandparents used to do that.
In the days of our grandparents, they didn't have this kind of arm robbers that we have today.
True.
So I would recommend that no family try that.
Okay.
And you don't do that because the interest that comes on your money in the bank is small. You must understand the fact that banks are taking some form of risk in taking money from you and being able to pay you interest. They are investing this money. The risk is not borne by you. The risk is borne by the bank.
I mean, talking about the house. I remember that my grandmother then, when she passed home, we had to check the wardrobe and check under her mattress and check, everywhere in the room. And you'll be surprised that we found money that do not even exist again. That means that they found old notes that has been written up by the country, hidden somewhere, because she herself forgot that she even put those money there. It is like I imagine somebody hiding some naira now and maybe in the next, who knows how many years, they start to change the currency, and have it gone, back on, and your children are just starting to the house, and they find billions.
What practices are gone. And in the days of your grandmother, if there was any bank, I guess there was no bank where she was living then, and if there was any, maybe First Bank alone was in existence in this country then.
Yeah.
I think we have so many banks today. And possibly your grandmother did not even go to school. I believe many things have happened since then that has put us in a good stead to know a more robust and sensible way to handle money. Putting money in the house is not safe and it's not good. And I think I will encourage every single one to put their money on one form of investment or the other, or shares, or put the money in the bank.
Okay, sir. After saving for life, when do you start enjoying this saving?
I don't think we are talking about saving for life in the sense that maybe from the age of 25 or the age of 27, when you get married or when you come together as husband and wife, that you save and save and save and save, as if to say that is the money you need beyond this life. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the fact that you save for what we call the rainy day. You save against the time that you become old, where you are no longer actively working. But that does not mean needs have ceased in your life. So, in a sense, we are not saving for life, in a sense to say that we keep on saving without using these savings until we die. That is not the idea of saving for the future.
So we're talking about saving. What then is the purpose of saving? When, you can't touch it until the future. Saving, because if I understand you, saving is putting a specific amount aside each month to say this is for the rainy day. When exactly is that rainy day? Because to stop, rainy day might be tomorrow. It might be even if I put the money in the bank today and I need it urgently today, and I go back to the bank and collect it. Is that a rainy day? But what is the purpose of doing that?
Certainly not, madam. You see, we are not saving not to spend. We are saving to spend sometime in the future. That future does not mean when we are old and gray. For instance, we might just be saving as a young couple with the mind to have our own personal house by the time both of us reach our 40s. So when we engage in such a saving, it is not an indefinite saving, because that saving is targeted to achieve a purpose in the future. And that future we have defined among ourselves in the family. Now by the time we are 40 years of age, we will be embarking on a building project.
So in other words, you must have a specific thing in mind to save.
Yes, you can have specific things in mind to save towards.
Okay.
You may have unspecific things also in mind to be saving towards. For instance, you may be very strong today, health-wise.
Okay.
You cannot say from the age of 60 you will be sick, or that you will not be very, very strong at the age of 60. But you see, the reality is that at the age of 60, who knows what your health condition may be?
All right, sir. Just in one word, at what age should you start saving?
I believe as soon as you are able to understand that it is essential to save. It could be when you are age 5. Like in my own case, I began to save as early as when I was 7 years of age.
What about saving for children? Can parents save for their children, Or should the children wait until they're old enough to pay for themselves?
This is a very, very important question. And I want to enjoy every single parent to see the wisdom in saving for their children. Even when they are just 6 months old, 1 year old, it will go a long, long way to help the family and to inculcate in these children the culture of saving. Once it becomes the lifestyle of these children from when they were very young, that the parents have introduced them to savings, if they begin to earn 10,000 naira, they will not be making the kind of argument we are trying to make a while ago.
That's true.
Because of the part
Because they
of
used to
their
it.
life. Yes.
They used to it. I mean, if they're giving money, somebody gives 500 naira, the child will tell that from this 500 naira, I want to save something out of it. Wow! Well, viewers, we've had it all. Have you been saving? If you haven't, maybe it's time to start. And just like the last statement, at 3 and 7 years, so nobody is too young to save. And I also say nobody is too old to save. In other words, if you've not been saving before, you can start now. It will help your family. Thank you once again for coming on Simi and You. I hope you really satisfy your thirst today. And I hope that next time you will join us without hesitating on Simi and You. Remember, if you have any questions, just send a mail to us on the email address or send a text. At the same time, you can also visit us on Simi and You on Facebook. I'll be able to reply every question here. Thank you very much for coming on this program. Don't forget to join us again next time. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much for coming on this program.
Thank you, Madam, for the opportunity.
God bless.
I've got a friend in you. I know you are so. You are my confidence. You are my close.